One of the things the developers did before they actually started on creating the in-game world was to build scale models of the Bionis and Mechonis as they are now, locked in their eternal stabbiness. And they used it as a reference during the whole of development to make sure everything stayed accurate to within the kind of fantasy rules that they had created. And this means it has two main important influences on the game. The first of which is, as we go through and travel across the Bionis, we do actually do so in a way accurate to its position. So we'll have to, if a surface on the Bionis is vertical, we will be climbing it. And we're actually coming up to the plane of its thigh, and we will be running upwards across it, and just very, very impressive attention to detail across the whole thing that makes it that much more immersive. The next thing I will mention when we actually run into the plane, after this guy has asked us to kill everything he's ever seen.
Good day.
As usual, we do straight away bump into the guy who just wants us to kill X amount of creatures. But because the plane's so big and there's so much on it, there's actually quite a few of these guys scattered around.
Good day.
And I do like the idea that it's the monsters that like to make trouble, because it kind of makes them sound like some kind of ruffian biker gang. They just run past travellers shouting insults and then sprint off, wearing leather jackets, and can you tell I don't know much about this kind of thing? Anyway, ponies, let's kill those.
Good day.
I do find it amusing that 99% of the stuff that anyone ever wants us to go out and take care of are things that will only attack you if you start it. And he wants us to kill Wolf just because they howl at night. I mean, a bit spoiled, I think.
Yes?
There's not really much to show anytime we go to the shops at the moment. As we go to new areas, we'll just come across one or two new shopkeepers, and they don't have any interesting equipment really. It's all down to just having a couple more defense or agility on stuff. There's no special effects or anything of interest yet. There we can see the Bionis in his jaunty pose, and we are halfway up his leg.
Oi, Shulk, look over there.
Smoke?
Maybe someone's got a fire going. Hope they're cooking up something good.
It's hardly a good spot for a barbecue. Come on, let's take a look.
Hey, that's not in any way, shape or form a jump cut. And there's no chance whatsoever that it's there to disguise me dying several times. Like an idiot.
Powering up.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it. Yeah.
Insult to injury, when we have to kill stuff on the plains, more often than not it has family members stood around it. So these guys are mostly stood with their young, and then when we kill the ponies, they'll actually be stood next to their niece ponies and stuff like that. And it just feels so cruel. We get a smelly hide out of it, and some cuisses. See? Leg Ardan and little baby Ardan behind it.
Everyone, let's go! Let me at him. Eat this! I'm powering up. Ha! Smash that! Eat this! Shadow Eye! Now it's right time. Ha! guarding!
Behold the power of the Monado!
Visions appear for any time the thing you're fighting uses special arts. It's not just restricted to boss monsters and stuff.
I can change the future! Rhyme time, baby!
See, it even says in the quest description, maybe it was just him being a little too friendly, which makes it sound like he was trying to inappropriately touch the Arden. The other thing they used their scale models for was to actually make sure that at all points when you are on the Bionis, you can accurately see, perspective-wise and distance-wise, the Mechonis. So as we've just looked up in the sky, anytime you look up in the plane, you can see it looming over, and you can see the sword reaching over as well. And when we climb higher or lower, it changes, and I love the attention to detail in that. There's points where, you know, if you're running around at night and you can just see these red glowing eyes kind of piercing through the sky as you look up into the armpit of the Mechonis. We did also just see one of the actual tutorial screens pop up. I had a couple of messages just asking if I could leave one in so people could see, so there's that.
Someone's left a buggy out here.
That's strange. Who would just abandon a buggy in this place? And it's pretty new.
Is it brand new?
Not brand new, but it's in very good condition. You wouldn't just abandon it. So, what did happen to the driver? There's a boy! He's being attacked by monsters!
You saw it happening? Where?
I don't know, but it was near some water.
Near water? But what made you have a vision all of a sudden?
Maybe it was triggered by touching the buggy.
Well, we'd better find him. Let's search everywhere around here where there's water.
Okay.
I am quite happy to admit that I do not know anything about either automobiles or vehicular transportation, but I'm pretty sure if something's on fire or smoking, it is not in the best condition. I don't, you know, I've never seen a motorbike roll up and gone, ooh, it's on fire, looks awesome. But maybe Shulk's just so traumatised by everything that's happened. If it's a piece of metal and it's not trying to kill him, then it's good. But other than that, we don't actually have to search around areas of water because we get the handy plot arrow. And we do have enough time to swerve off for collectibles. And then we spot the happy-go-lucky Triceratops.
Shulk! Over there! You alright, kid?
Who are you?
That can wait. Go! Get out of here! Leave these guys to us!
Okay.
Let's do this!
Ready when you are!
I don't think for a second that these Ardennes were actually trying to hurt that boy. I think you can tell from the bouncing and their approach that they were in fact trying to entice him to play with them. I mean, if you look at their beards, does that look like a beard of an Ardenne that wants to hurt you? Or does that look like the beard of an Ardenne that wants to play tag? I think we all know the answer. Oh, it's fallen over. Scratch its belly. Scratch its belly. Oh. scratching its belly makes its life go down. Pretty much a similar fight to normal, just a case of using our side attacks to lower its physical defense, smack it from the side and from behind, occasionally high-five each other so that people cheer up. One of the things I especially like about travelling the world in Xenoblade compared to similar JRPGs is it has a much more organic spread of enemy types in the game. So although we are running around the plains at the moment, and the things we're fighting now are level 14, there's also some level like 60 and upward stuff running around, and it does mean that if you ever want to come back through areas to follow up on quests or hunt down uniques or something, you still have something engaging to do. It's not a case of you go back to one area and all of a sudden everything's level 4 again, and because you're level 60 there's no point to go back, it's just boring. There's something to do in each level, in every area.
Okay, it should work now.
Great! You saved my skin. My buggy short-circuited, and then there were those monsters and... well, thanks.
I fixed the circuit, but it's out of ether. Change the cylinder and it will be as good as new.
I think it's time for the introductions. I'm Ryan. He's Shulk.
Pleased to meet you.
Oh, hi. I'm Juju. Where are you two heading? If you've got time, you should come back to our camp.
Your camp?
Yeah, it's not far.
How about it?
Let's take him up on the offer. I'm surprised there's a Homs camp here, but they might have some information.
I suppose.
Juju, can you tell us how to get there?
Sure. If you go back to the oasis, you should see a tall stone post. Head there first.
Then what?
There's a small path in the woods next to the stone post. Just follow it down to our camp.
Got it. Now, let's make a move.
We have something new in our little party pop-up screen. At the bottom of the pop-up we actually had someone in our guest section. The guy we just found. It just means basically... in fact, I can't think of any point in the game where it actually really changes anything, because it's not like Final Fantasy XII where if you did have a guest in your party it just meant you had another character fighting with you that you couldn't control. The guests you get in this don't help out at any point, they just pop up when you kind of deliver them to the next relevant plot point. We're going to head pretty much straight to the colony camp, kill a few things on the way to clear out some of those quests we picked up. It's mostly ponies and wolves. Although when you fight these things their arts can pop up as different names, most of the standard mobs pretty much just the same to fight. There'll be a couple of variations. Occasionally you'll come across something that, you know, can topple you or knock you down. There's a few things can actually topple you in one hit, whereas most others have to do the same thing as we do, whereby you break something and then apply topple to it. But you just roll through. It's your choice whether you want to fight this stuff or progress straight away. Obviously any sane person diverts to collect every glowy they see. Interesting note, I found out the way glowies work is as follows. Each spot on the map where a glowy can appear, because glowies are only semi-randomised, but the position where glowies will appear is always the same. And each particular point, the collectible that appears can be one of 8 and it randomly cycles through them. So although you can do a sweep of an area and pick up pretty much all of the items, when you are missing a couple for a quest or anything like that, there'll be particular spots that you can look up and they will have a much higher chance of spawning what you're looking for, or even a chance at all of spawning what you're looking for. It's another part of encouraging you to go around the whole area. And looking at the size of the plane, it was the first time when I played that I really got a sense of how large the areas in the game were. I didn't actually do any questing in Colony 9 before I left the first time round. And it wasn't until quite late in the game when I went back and actually explored it. And if you are near the beginning of the game still, and you're not in the middle of something plot-centric or something that you want to push through, thanks Tag, that's my dog joining in. But I say go back to Colony 9, go back to say the outposts that you can select on the map that is just down from Tephra Cave, and go round. Try and go round the whole perimeter of Colony 9. If it hasn't occurred to you to explore there yet, just do that. See how long it takes you, and see how many different things you actually see. Because hidden around there are monsters all the way up to level 70, and that kind of thing. And all different sorts that you don't see if you just play the game as it presents itself on the surface. Another little thing the game has is it has a number of secret areas in every place that you can go through, and see if you can find those in Colony 9. Oh no, the full power butt. Truly the most dangerous of attacks. Since I actually had to start the game again to be able to record, I haven't yet done on this playthrough all of the quests that I showed previously in the Let's Play. And to do them again, I actually wait for this next story bit to be over and then go back and do them then. So if you see me running around and I do or don't have certain things that you think I should do, that's why. But don't worry, I won't make you watch them again. I did lots of new stuff as well.
Juju!
Where have you been? Juju! Don't tell me you were... I've told you 1,000 times. We're not ready to leave the camp yet.
But I thought...
Juju!
Sorry, Sharla.
That gear. You must be survivors from the Defense Force. Is Colony 6 okay? Did Gaddo make it?
Hold on. What are you talking about?
We've come from Colony 9.
Colony 9?
They saved me from some monsters. This is Ryan and Shulk.
Oh, so you're not from Colony 6. Thank you for helping Juju. I'm his sister, Sharla.
I told them they could rest here, with us.
Did you now? Well, all right. I suppose that's only fair.
Did something happen? To Colony 6?
Actually, we're heading there ourselves.
Colony 6 has been... our home. It's been occupied by the Mechon.
No.
I'll tell you about it inside. Follow me.